The perfect old world game from Warhammer Fantasy is not Warhammer the Old World. In fact, it turns 25 this year. So join me as I fall deep down the rabbit hole left by a twin-tailed comet. Welcome back to Caffeinated Miniatures. I'm Jared. The year was 1999. Wayne Gretzky, the Great One, was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Time magazine named Albert Einstein the person of the century. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, the book, remember those? Was released in North America. And importantly, the Y2K scare was sweeping the world. It's a long story, but essentially between the Mayan calendar ending and fear that rolling from 99 to 00 would cause computer software to crash. Basically, there was varying levels of paranoia about the end of the world. Enter in Tuomas Pyramid, who, along with some other Games Workshop greats, decided to play with this idea and drop a comet onto the old world, specifically the city of Mordheim. And so the game of Mordheim was created. Perhaps the best fantasy skirmish game. And reading through the rulebook, which incidentally is available for free online, I realized I could play an undead warband, led by a vampire. With the faction chosen, it was time to dress them up, which is a perfect, totally unplanned segue into our sponsor, Into the AM. Now, you most likely know Into the AM for making some of the most creative and unique graphic tees, like this one. But did you know they also make these flannels? So soft. Or these awesome beanies, or these super comfy sweaters, or my personal favorite, the plain basic tee. I will let you in on a little secret. These plain black tees are all I've been wearing for like a year. They fit great across the chest and arms, and they're actually long enough. And the best part is they come in multi-packs at great discounts. And to top all that off, you can get 10% off by using the code Caffeinated Miniatures at checkout or at the link in the description. Thank you Into the AM for sponsoring mediocre hobby content. Now, back to the video. So I needed a vampire to lead my motley undead crew. Well, I had painted this Prince de Val previously, but I wasn't feeling it. I had also started on Velis von Fane, but I don't know, it just not quite right. So I went with this absolute beefcake of a vamp. The art of Mordheim was directed by John Blanche, the master of grimdark himself, and the game was made to match. So I took this as an opportunity to do something a little different. I hosed this dude down with mahogany before grabbing some burnt sienna, a nice rusty color, and spraying it down the front. Next, I grabbed a dry brush and some steel metallic paint and pretty heavily brushed the paint on. For some of the tighter spots, I grabbed a cheap flat brush, using it to get into those areas. As I was working, I kind of built a story for this fella. I like to think he's a very low-level vampire looking to rise up through the ranks by proving himself to Count Vlad von Garstein. So he's come to Mordheim to do the Count's bidding. Now, he doesn't have the nicest of armor, just whatever rusty pieces actually fit. Quickly give him some sickly purplish skin. A purpley reddy cloak. And yeah, he looks good enough for some games. Now, the next character I needed was a necromancer. Not sure I had anything that fit the bill, I started going through my bits and boxes. Shortly after opening Warhammer Quest Cursed City, I found a winner. Sure, Octron here is supposed to be a good wizard, but he screamed necromancer to me. He's just kinda creepy. Because I'd put him together to play Cursed City, he was on the base, but a quick snip and some cutting later, and that was rectified. I wanted his base to be relatively like the Vamps, so Plasticard was on the menu. It's easy enough to cut, and can be stuck together with plastic cement. Handy for adhering that card to the base, and the mini to the card. For a little texture and grimness, I diluted some texture paint with water, and applied it to the base, the lower portions of the robes, and his impossibly long beard. Much like the vampire, our necromancer got hosed down with mahogany. Then a heavy sort of zenithal of burnt sienna. And finally, this time I applied a more directed and lighter zenithal of pale yellow. Then started splashing some paint by brush. So our dusty old necromancer, what's his story? I'm thinking dude was an aging wizard and getting older by the day. Okay, now I'm feeling like I'm being attacked by myself. So our wizard started researching dark ways of extending life, ultimately raising the previously perished in the process. Now he's impossibly old, hanging with the ghouls and zombies. And this company of his isn't prone to cleanliness. As such, he's grown more and more grubby as time has worn on. He wears a rusty mask to hide his emaciated and disfigured face, and his robes and stringy beard drag through the dirt, leaving them tattered and ruined, making working for a power-hungry vampire wading through the city of the damned kind of a fitting end. While the scale, setting, and atmosphere of Mordheim are all excellent, the true strength of the game lies in the campaign system. Much like Necromunda, you'll collect treasure, expand your warband, or maybe sustain injuries that narratively and mechanically impact the game. All this to say, I wasn't exactly sure how many dregs, ghouls, and zombies I really needed, thinking best to have maybe 3 of each. Ghouls are the easiest, as I recently painted 40 of them, and they'd fit right into this crew. And honestly, I struggled with zombies and dregs. I didn't want to get any kits or print anything new for this. And the zombies from Cursed City, they're, well, cursed. So many extra gubbins. There's a reason they're as yet unpainted. But while drinking some early morning coffee, it occurred to me, the Lost from Idols of Torment. Several of these poor bastards could easily be zombies. All that remain are the dregs. And well, I've got an idea for those, but that will have to wait. If you made it this far, you are an absolute legend. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more mediocre hobby content. And be sure to check out Into the AM at the link in the description. And thanks for watching. You are awesome. And I'll see you in the next one.